Good evening, and my name is Nicky Sewell, and tonight I'm going to talk about step 6 and step 7. Step 6 is I'm entirely ready. I'm entirely ready to have God remove those defects of character. And step 7 is I'm going to humbly ask God to get rid of all of those shortcomings which have been pointed out to me in my step 5. Because don't forget, in step 4, I've made a list of all the people I've harmed. I've made a list of all my resentments, my relationship conducts, and certainly my fears, lots of fears. And I then shared that with God and with my sponsor. They're doing a step 5, and I done that in Alresford Priory in Kent. And it was pointed out to me that so many of my defects of character is incredible, and what I actually suffer from: dishonesty, jealousy was massive, and selfishness, self-centered. And if I didn't get myself my own way, it'd be self-pitying. I was terrified, absolutely petrified and frightened of everything, and I was so inconsiderate. I was inconsiderate of other people's needs and wants, and because it was all about me. It's always been about me. That's the trait of a addict or alcoholic. You know what I mean? We only think about ourselves. Just look around you, and see people maybe have those sort of traits, and ask yourself, why are they so selfish and self-centered? So I'm going to ask God to remove those defects. So what it actually says in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, this is the original 12-step program. It talks about on returning home. So I've been down to a place of spiritual place that I've gone to. That was the Alresford Priory. I've returned home. He says, sit quietly for an hour. I reach up. He actually says I reach up as if your book's on the shelf. I pull down the book and I read the first 5 suggestions. And the first 5 suggestions is referring to the first 5 steps. Having read them, I then read 6 and 7. And that is, I'm entirely ready to have my defects of character removed. And then start 7, I'm going to say to God, please remove that selfishness, self-centeredness, that jealousy, that dishonesty, that inconsiderate behaviour, the sloth, all those sort of things that's been in my life, that have been wrought through and through me. You know what I mean? It's ingrained into me over the years, absolutely ingrained into me. And when he does that, and I'm going to also ask all those fears to be taken away as well. And I'd read through the list and sit quietly and just pray. Now, I'd like to say they go forever, but they don't. And that's what later on in the program, steps 10, 11 and steps 12, try and keep us into that behaviour. Sometimes you can still break into it. We're not perfect. They talk about it's progression, not perfection. So sometimes they can crop up, never to the extent that they have done, but as life goes on, things change. So that's what's happened, and then hopefully by then a lot of the weight come off my shoulders. I didn't have to be that make-believe person anymore. I could just be good old Nicky, you know what I mean? So I'm really, really happy with now. So and I feel content with that. Yeah, but there's still lots of work to be done. This program's all about work. Just talking about it doesn't have to do. That's why I've had to do the work. I've had to make all those lists. I've had to share those lists of all those things, and I've had to share it with my sponsor and with God. Now I've asked God to take away those defects, all those character traits that were dreadful. And guess what? I started living with a bit of integrity, love, happiness, peacefulness, joy. And being able to reach out and put someone else first rather than just me. If you're feeling like you're having a me day, reach out and try and help someone else. Whether you're an alcoholic or not alcoholic, it's nice to be nice. Ultimately, I talk to a lot of the men that I sponsor. So just imagine what it's like just to be a nice guy. Wow. Just being a nice guy. I'm not perfect. We're not perfect, guys. Just a nice guy. Doing those nice things for those people around us, whether they're close to us or not. Just people maybe in the shop, you know, in the local shop and just bring a smile and say, how's your day been? How's your day going? It's all right. Bit of a smile. Just bring a bit of joy and happiness into their life. And listen to them. Don't just say. If they want to go and start talking for a while, stand there and listen. Listen. And what actually finished up with me is that my life got better, but also my heart became one of gratitude. You know, I felt that gratefulness and gratitude started entering my life, and I was just grateful for the simple things in life. You know what I mean? I didn't think I was owed anything. I didn't think anyone, that society owed me anything. I didn't think the government owed me anything. I was just grateful to be alive, and I was happy like I've never been happy before. That peace for the first time had entered my life. And I was able to sit in front of a TV with a cup of tea and lots of chocolate biscuits and not beat myself up and not think about all the world's wrongs and everything else. I'm just happy with just being me. And that is what steps 6 and 7 gave me. God bless yous. Don't forget, we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 to go. Have a nice evening.